Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope all is well. Welcome to your English class. Children, in today's class, we shall discuss about a new topic of grammar, which is very important for all of us. And the topic is editing. Well, I guess this is a relatively new topic for you. What is editing? Editing is basically related to the process of writing. When you are writing something, say a bio sketch, a letter, or an article, then before submitting it to your teacher, you revise your draft. I am sure you remember this point, revise your draft. This is one of the points which we had discussed while learning about biographical sketch. Points to keep in mind while writing a bio sketch, and one of its point was to revise the draft. So editing means to improve your draft by correcting the errors. Now some of you may have a question, what is a draft? A draft here means your write-up, the passage or the article which you have written, its outline. Clear? So editing means to revise or improve the draft by correcting the errors and making words and sentences better, more precise, and as effective as possible. So, this process or the act to improve a draft is called editing. Now, how do you improve it? You can improve it by correcting errors, making words and sentences clearer, more precise, and as effective as possible. Clear? Now, the process of editing involves many steps. And which are they? Let's see. Now, sometimes it so happens that while writing you have missed a word. So in that case you have to add a word. Sometimes you have written a word twice instead of once. So you have to delete a word. Or even more, you have found some grammatical error in the sentence. So you have to restructure the sentence or rearrange the words of the sentence, and also to write within the permissible limit. You have to omit a complete sentence, or you have to join the sentences using conjunctions so that your word limit doesn't exceed the permissible limit. So these are the few reasons I have mentioned here due to which we have to do editing. These are few steps. So I hope it is clear to you. So editing simply means to fix the mistakes which occur during the writing, and most of us edit the mistake as we write, and sometimes we write altogether new idea when we are editing because we didn't like the previous idea, or later on we have a better idea than the previous one to write. So in short, creative writing needs a lot of tinkering, a lot of repairing, adjusting, experimenting, right? So all this process of editing makes your writing an excellent piece, a delight for the readers. So that is why editing is very important. Now, editing is of many types. The three types of editing which we are going to learn are editing, that is replacing the underlined words only. You have to see the underlined words and you have to edit them only. The second type is editing, error correction. You have to find the error and correct it. Now, third is editing omission. That is, a word is omitted, it is not there, and you have to put that word there. You have to add that word which is not given. So, basically, these three types of editing we are going to learn. Now, let's see the first one, that is editing, replacing the underlined words. Now, in this kind of editing, you are given a sentence, say something of this kind, and there is an incorrect word in it which is underlined, and you have to replace the underlined word with a correct one. Right? Now, let's see the example. Radha is an intelligent girl. He works very hard. Now, you have to replace the underlined word. So, the underlined word is he. So, he makes it an incorrect sentence. Now, why he is incorrect? Because Radha is an intelligent girl. So, the pronoun used for girl is not he but she. So, you have to replace the word he with she. So, the correct sentence would be Radha is an intelligent girl. She works very hard. Clear? I hope you would have got an idea. Let's see the next one. Now, there are certain points which you have to consider while editing. Okay, now which are these points which you have to check or consider when you are editing a passage? The points are tenses, that is present, past, future, subject verb agreement, articles a and the, prepositions in, on, under, at, by, etc., pronouns, determiners, conjunctions, etc. So, children, now we will discuss in detail what points you have to keep in mind when you are finding errors or replacing the errors. Now, the first one is to check the tense of the sentence. Which tense is it? Present tense, past tense, or future tense? Then you have to check its subparts. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, or present perfect continuous. In the same way for past and future also. Now, let's understand these using examples. Let's see the example. I have saw him. Now, saw is underlined here and it is incorrect sentence. Okay. Now, we have to replace saw with a correct word. Now, why is saw incorrect? For that, we have to read the sentence again. I have saw him. Now, we have to check the sentence. We have to check the tense of the sentence. Now, the sentence is in present perfect tense. So as per the rule, we have to use third form of the verb. V3 of the word see, that is seen. See, saw, seen. So V3 of the word see is seen. So the correct answer would be I have seen him. Clear? Now, once we have done this, we have checked the tense of the sentence. Now, next comes subject verb agreement. Okay, check the subject. Is it singular or plural? And then the verb used along with it. Is it right or not? That is, the subject and verb should agree with each other. Say for example, Neha have 2 cars. Here subject Neha is singular and the verb have is used for plural subject. So that is incorrect. The subject and verb do not agree with each other. It should be Neha has 2 cars. So the next point we have to consider is that the subject and verb is to be checked. They should agree with each other. Now, after checking tenses, subject verb agreement, then comes articles. Use of a and the. Neha bought an car. Now here the underlined word is an and you have to replace this underlined word. Now again an is incorrect. The correct article to be used here is a. Neha bought a car. Okay. So you have to check the use of articles also. Next comes prepositions. The words which tells us the positions. So words like on, in, under, at, by, etc. So you have to check the prepositions. Now let's see the example. He is sitting in the chair. Now the underlined word is in and that makes the sentence incorrect and we have to replace it with a correct word. He is sitting in the chair. That is incorrect. The correct one is he is sitting on the chair. Okay, so the use of preposition is another point which we have to keep in mind while editing. I hope it's clear to you. Then there can also be errors in the use of pronouns, the way we saw in the previous example. Radha is an intelligent girl. He works hard. So that was not correct. There was error in the use of pronoun. Instead of he, she should have been used. So there can also be errors in the use of pronouns, conjunctions, determiners, etc. So in short, except spelling errors, there can be any grammatical error. So you have to replace that with the correct word. Am I clear? Now let's discuss an exercise from our book to get better idea of this concept. Replace the underlined word with a correct word in each of the following. Now let's see the examples, the sentences given. Speak with him politely. Now the underlined word is with, which is a preposition. So speak with him politely. So with is not correct here. Speak to him politely. So we are going to replace it with to. Speak to him politely. Let's see the second one. They arrived on 10 p.m. Now this again is a preposition on, but it is used incorrectly. They arrived at 10 p.m. So we are going to replace the word on with at. Clear? Let's come to the third one. The bus follows the road for Delhi. Now for again a preposition, but incorrect. The bus follows the road to Delhi. So the correct answer is to. So we are going to replace the word for with the word to. He slipped the purse in his pocket. Now in again is the incorrect word used here. He slipped the purse from his pocket. Okay, so we are going to replace in with the word from. Fifth one. Listen with your teachers carefully. Now with is the underlined word and it is the incorrect word here. We don't listen with your teacher, we listen to our teachers. So listen to your teachers carefully. So we are going to replace the word with the word to. Listen to your teachers carefully. Let's see the next one. He smiled on me. On is the underlined word and that is incorrect. He smiled at me. So on will be replaced by the word at. He smiled at me. Clear? Let's see the seventh one. He lives into a village. Into is the incorrect word. He lives in a village. So we are going to replace the word into with the word in. He lives in a village. Clear? Let's see the next one. The train went across the tunnel. No. Across is the wrong word. The train went through the tunnel. Okay, it passes through the tunnel. We use through here. So we are going to replace across with the word through. The train went through the tunnel. Let's see the last one. He went to a walk. Now here again to is the incorrect word. The correct word should be he went for a walk. So we are going to replace to with the word for. He went for the walk. Fine. So I hope it is clear to you. Now in this exercise, most of the underlined words, in fact all of the underlined words were prepositions, right? So we have replaced them with other prepositions, right? In the same way you'll get exercises which are based on tenses where the underlined words the corrections to be made is using tenses or subject verb agreement. They can be using articles. So it can be on any grammar point. But this exercise from our book is based on the prepositions. All the underlined words, the incorrect words, are the prepositions. So I hope it is clear to you. Okay, fine children. So for today we end our session here only, and we'll continue more in our next session. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day.